As a one-man band shooter, I'm constantly trying to improve on the equipment that I use. I try to find equipment that will make my life easier, make my workflow better on set and in post-production as well. That goes for cameras, that goes for lighting, and that also goes for audio. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. I want to show you this awesome device called Tentacle Sync that I use on my sets. Not always, but when the time comes that I need them, they're amazing and they make my life way better. Tentacle Syncs are these devices that allow me to sync every single one of my cameras, whether I'm doing a multicam interview or if I'm just running and gunning and trying to follow a subject that has a lavalier on recorded onto an external recorder that is taking time code. And this device allows me to use any camera that I need to and allows me to inject time code into that camera. All right, so I want to show you about these Tentacle Sync devices. They're very small. They're about 2 inches by 1.5 inches. There's a piece of Velcro in the back that does not come off, and it comes with a bunch of Velcro stickies. So you can attach these little devices onto any camera, whether it's the FS7 that I use, the FS5, the A6300, 6600, the GH5, whatever camera you have, you can simply attach this to. And the way that it works, it's basically, you get the cable, you attach it to the device through the 3.5mm jack, and then the other end, in this case, it would be the XLR cable, would go in through the audio. So Sony made it so that with the FS7, I would have to purchase an extra $2,000 extension unit, more if you include the V-Lock batteries, to put time code into the camera, which is ridiculous. So with the Tentacle Sync device, I can simply attach this onto my FS7, inject the time code directly in through the XLR. When using a mirrorless or hybrid camera, you can just connect it with a 3.5 to 3.5mm jack. If you happen to do have a camera that does accept time code via an SDI cable, there's a cable for that as well, 3.5 to SDI. There's also these amazing little mounts that allows me to use the cheese plate that I actually have on top of my FS7 to connect this basically anywhere. Just shove in the device, lock it in there, and then just have it attached on my camera at any part. So this makes it more efficient to grab time code and put it into any camera that I own. And that is beautiful. I love that part. So of course, one of the devices will naturally be on the recorder that you're going to be recording audio into. For me, it'll be my Zoom F6, which has a time code in and out. And you can decide whether you want the unit to inject time code into your recorder or the other way around. You can have your recorder inject time code into the unit, and then this will be the master time code clock for all the other devices. So how does it connect? It's actually very, very simple. I'm going to start a recording on my phone right now and show you how easy it is to use this app. I'm going to go ahead and launch the Tentacle Sync app. And as you can see, the app already has all my 4 units added. And it's so simple to add another unit. I'm going to go ahead and start turning these units on one by one. The power button is on the side here. Just hold it down and wait for that light to turn on. Let it go and you're good to go. And you'll see how all of these will start getting connected. So I got 4 units ready to go. The app is recognizing that they're all connected. I can go into any one of these units and set whatever setting that I want, which is really good. If I'm shooting 23.98 frames per second, I can set that. You got 24. You can go whatever frame rate you're shooting at. You have your battery life indicator right there. You could put your output volume on line in or mic in. You see your firmware, your serial number, calibration date, all this stuff that I really actually don't touch myself. I just leave everything at 23.98, where I'm usually shooting at. Make sure that the audio is at the same frame rate, and you're good to go basically. These batteries last forever. Last time I used these were like 2.5 weeks ago. I have not Last time I used these were like 2.5 weeks ago, and you can see the battery is still there. So they last forever. On a full charge, you never have to worry about running out of battery on set. So it's telling me right now that not all tentacles are in green mode. Green mode means that they're not all in sync yet. So what I'm gonna do is just simply hit that wireless sync button that you see right at the bottom there. I'm gonna hit that, verify my frame rate, verify the time that I wanna start. To me, that doesn't matter, just making sure that they're all at the same time. Hit start. And one by one, they all start getting in sync. And it's actually that simple. It's that fast. Now we're all good to go. So you'll see that they're all in sync right now. Now this little warning, yellow warning sign, all that means is that this is not connected to a camera yet. So it's telling me this isn't connected to a camera yet. We're not feeding time code into anything, but you already knew that. Another cool feature about the app and this device is that I can go into any one of the units and I can change the name of the unit on the app. So I can go from green to FS7, or you could just go Cam 1, or you could just name it the camera that it's on. So you got Cam 1 right there, and you're good to go. It'll change the name to Cam 1. One of my other favorite features about this app and the device is look what happens when I grab one of the units and put it right next to my phone, or bring my phone to a unit. What's happening there is that the line that it belongs to will highlight and it'll tell me which one it belongs to. You can do this if you don't have these physically labeled. Like I can put Cam A, Cam B. If you are lost, you don't know which unit this is or what it's under, where to change the settings, just put your phone right next to it and it'll highlight for you. That is really cool. Along with the Tentacle Sync devices, you get all these rubber bands that you can change the color on the units, so you can start distinguishing them differently and name them by the color that they are if you want to. They also come with a ton of these Velcro stickies that are very, very strong. You'll attach this to the camera. This doesn't come off the unit. This you can put anywhere. That's awesome. So the units also come with this little cable bracket. It'll secure the cable in place. For those of you that are thinking, I don't like the 3.5 millimeter connection, neither do I. But this will allow it to secure that cable and it's not going anywhere. So the way it works is you connect the cable with this bracket, simply just slide it on. That's not going anywhere. That is fully secure. So you don't have to worry about losing time code mid-shoot. So that's going to keep that cable secure, give you peace of mind. I've never had an issue. This is great. I love that this is so easy and the way that it works is fantastic. So the post-production workflow is fantastic with these units. Tentacle Sync provides a software called Tentacle Sync Studio with these units that is used to sync up all your footage, your audio, export an XML file, and upload that XML file onto your editor. Let me show you how that works. I'm gonna go ahead and launch the Tentacle Sync Studio software here. Recently, I shot a wedding by myself. I was really doing a friend a favor, and I decided to put these units to the test. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that wedding. So this is the footage for the Sony a6600, the audio that was recorded during that wedding, and the FS5 that I also had a unit on as well. So for the audio, I'm only gonna grab the 32-bit float files, and I'm just gonna drag that in there. The FS5 was only 2. Those were the long recording for the ceremony and whatnot. Just drag that in there as well. And then for the a6600, I'm gonna go ahead and grab all the footage. This was all my B-roll that I shot for the wedding. It was a bunch of it. I'm just gonna grab it, just dump it all in there. So right now it's analyzing all the footage. It's going into all the files, the audio files, and looking for that time code and making sure that they match. I'm gonna go ahead and make this a little bigger. So after it's finished analyzing everything, all I do is what I want to do to make sure that it did it correctly. I'll go ahead and say, show me the sync map here. And in the sync map, it'll show me what my timeline would basically look like. So I know this right here, the green is my audio. This long 1 hour audio recording was me prematurely hitting record on the audio before anything even started. So I'm not going to use this. I don't even care about this. I can see here, this is where the ceremony is. And then these little clips up here is basically the B-roll that I took during that ceremony. So you can see that everything is in sync here. So what I'll do next is right up here on the top left, I'm going to hit XML. I'm exporting for Premiere Pro CC, the frame rate, 2398, 1080p, all the good stuff. and I'm just going to go ahead and hit save. That simple. It's already done. So when I open up a new Premiere Pro project, just for the purpose of this, I'm just going to hit new project so you can see that it's going to be extremely fresh. So all I'm going to do here, this is a brand new project. Nothing's been done. I'm going to grab that exported XML file, literally just drag it into Premiere Pro. And inside there, I'll see my sync map right here that I saw before in the studio software. Double click on that, and here is the exact timeline. Like I said, this was a premature recording, so I can delete that. I know what that is. This is all the B-roll that I took before the audio started recording. So that's how I recorded that wedding, and it was super fast to sync. I didn't have to spend any time with all the bunch of B-roll clips that I took and trying to sync that manually. That would be a nightmare to try to sync that with the long recorded clip. So just like that, this can work a ton of different ways. Again, I'm trying to find better ways to be able to continue to work as a one-man band efficiently, effectively. The alternative to all of this is to hire an audio guy. And normally that is my first route. I would prefer to hire an audio guy that would just handle all the audio. But oftentimes my client does not have that kind of budget to hire an extra audio guy. So for a little bit more, I could just bring this Tentacle Sync devices. I still have my PA, and I can make sure that this is being handled properly. And I fully trust these devices on any shoot, really. But the less I have to worry about, the better. So I would prefer to get an audio guy. But if you need to work efficiently, effectively, these Tentacle Sync devices to get time code into all those cameras are amazing, and they work really, really well. I hope this video was useful to you guys. Thank you guys for watching. And again, leave your comments down below if anything else you want to see, any questions, comments. I would love to answer your questions regarding this or any other device, piece of gear, shooting strategies, any of that stuff. Let me know in the comments below. Check out the iFilmmaker podcast. We're putting episodes out weekly. So with all that out of the way, I will see you on the next one.